Greetings, light workers. This is Oya Transformation, and this is our daily oracle reading for June the 12th, 2020. Thanks for visiting. The cards have been shuffled. They have been prayed upon, the Holy Spirit through me, as well as the ancestors and ascended masters. All those who would see us win, all those who would protect us and guide us have been asked to join us in this reading. So, let us see what it is Spirit would have us know today. The first card from the Work Your Light deck, which is the theme for today, is you are already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. And that's for all of us who keep thinking there ought to be one more thing. There ought to be one more thing I would be doing. Spirit asks us to show up and be our authentic self, whatever that is. You know what it is. You know when you're not being your true self. I'm truly about to burn the house down. That's not true. I take it back, take it back, take it back. Just this piece of sage. It's going crazy. So, we are already doing it. So if you are praying, person, if you are meditating regularly, then you have opened the doors that needed to be opened so that you can show up as your best self daily, assisting those who would need assistance, and more importantly, or just importantly, showing up with your own unique brand of wisdom that will help you move in a quality way. The second card that supports you are in the right place doing the right thing at the right time is spiritual career. And spiritual career speaks of there being a time for all of us to be able to assist and show up as our God self. And a lot of times we fight it because it's not thought of as the hip and down thing to do. But you have an inner knowing. There's a part of you that will not allow negativity to surround you, that will not allow lower energy beings to stay in your company. Now, you can't always run, because sometimes it might be in your workplace. And negativity doesn't always have to come off as evil. It could just be that one person that comes by your desk every day, because things are going to go back to the normal, or whatever the old normal was, and try to paint it with the new. But you might have that one person that comes by your desk every day, that you pray to God that you can be present and not run away, that talks about nothing but all the bad news they can drum up, a whole lot of gossip about who's doing who's not doing whatever they said they would do. Just all the ailments, their sciatica, they owning all their ailments. Oh, my sciatica, my blood pressure, my gout, they ain't trying to get rid of none of it. It's theirs to keep, but they bringing it to you. Oh, please go away. But you can't get them. You can't go away. Sometimes you got to sit in it. Recognizing that if you have a spiritual career, you recognize whether it is in an ordained way, you recognize that God has put you in place to be a light for that person. And they recognize your light, and your light is what's pulling them to you. And you wish it would push them away, but it didn't work like that. So that's what you're working with. And as you work with that, how do you manage it so that you still show up as a loving person that they will be willing to share their life with, and keep trying to shift it into something less painful? Only you know. Only you know. But here's the second card that supports you're already doing it. And that is showing up for love, showing up as a loving person to those who suffer. And sometimes the only help you can give is to lend an authentic listening ear, to hear them, because that might be part of the problem. They would think about some of this stuff not being as bad as they assume that it is when people begin to hear them. And if you show up as a genuine person with an open listening for them, you might be the one to help them shift into a less gloomy persona. Meanwhile, the second card that supports the fact that you are already doing that thing that you wonder was enough is shielding. And this is coming from the empathic oracle deck. And shielding is a way in which we show up for people and their stuff, yet don't allow them to dump their stuff on us, and when they walk away feeling so much better that they were able to let it go or to pass it on, that you're sitting in their poo. I don't want to sit in my own poo, and I know I don't want to sit in yours. So I challenge you to come up with practices of shielding that work for you. One is, of course, prayer. When you see them coming, oh Lord, make them go away. Now, that's not the one, but give me what it is that I need that I may assist this soul to shift. It's a different way. Or if you're not ready for that yet, let's start with, oh Lord, make them go away. No. Let's start with a bubble. See a bubble of light drop down like a cylinder and surround you with a warm, glowing feeling so that you can be present but not be consumed by what's not working in someone else's life. Or if you have a happy place, a place that you go to in your meditation, you see them coming, slip down into that pond of crystal clear water. See the sun around you and smile inside, because they might be bringing some stuff that a smile would be inappropriate, and you still want to be present. So embrace your inner smile and send them love. Send them love that they might just be better with all their woes. And then there's a third practice. I'm just going to give you 3 today because I could go on. But there's a third practice that was developed by Dr. Hugh Lin, and that's Ho'oponopono. And that's what it's called, and it translates into a mantra, so that when you see them coming, instead of automatically going into, oh Lord, I hope they wish they go away, you go into a 4-statement mantra. You learn to roll it in your head as they come. As you're listening, it's I love you, I forgive you. You get me, get it right. Now, I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. So you're thanking them for what they bring. You're sorry if you did anything to hurt their spirit. You're sending them love, and you're asking for forgiveness. You may have never done anything to that person. But if we are one, somewhere in our oneness, those who may have harmed them aren't able to ask for forgiveness, or aren't able to ask that they hear them as, someone hears them as having been sorry for something that they did to wrong this person. But you are standing in their space as an intervention, so that maybe your offering, your forgiveness, will assist them in shifting. Now, that might be too much for you, but these are all practices that if you implement them and put them in place, you'll start noticing those people around you who would normally drain you don't drain you as much. It's easier to deal with them because energetically you're assisting them to shift. So the third and final card in the reading for today, this Friday, is Fear Not. Fear is not justified in any form. The One Spirit will help you reinterpret everything that you perceive as fearful and teach you that only what is loving is true. Now I know you can turn the news on and they will play the same scenes of the crime on 25 channels, 25 hours of the day. Well, you're making your work that much harder. The work still has to be done. So, I challenge you to pay attention to what you let into your sense gate. What you're looking at, what you're listening to, what you're talking about. What's it make you feel like? So as always, this is Oya Transformation, and this is your daily Oracle reading for Friday, June the 12th. Choose wisely. Have the best day of your choosing. Namaste and be well.